Reactor!
Hello everyone, I am Legend here, bringing you guys a build video on Ultimate Ajax. This was really a hard grind and involved a lot of testing, so I could bring out the best version possible and be a good supportive tank and also revive your teammates. Shout out to my friends Baba Yaga, Phantom and Alan for power leveling me quickly. You might have seen the clips at the start from the hard bosses. I could not get the clips from Frostwalker or Molten Fortress or even Obstructor as they involved public matchmaking and I didn't want to ruin the experience for others. But yeah, I've done all the bosses on my budget normal zero catalyst Ajax as well, which I will show you at the end of the video. I will have timestamps for everything, so please feel free to skip to whatever section you like. So without further ado, let's get started. As you can see my stats, I have a defense of 101k and 15k health. I have seen few Ajax builds who stack more HP by having the mods like increase shield and other shield increase mods and converting all of them to HP by having overwhelming HP mod. But I have noticed even by having more health, they were taking a lot of damage and losing more than half of the HP in seconds. Starting with the modules, we are running body enhancement as a Transcendant mod, but you don't even need it as you saw in the clips. This just gives you more defense when activated and acts as a luxury, or you can run life barrier as well. Life barrier is a Alt Ajax exclusive where body enhancement can be used on both. What life barrier does is it scales your barrier and bubble as per the HP you have instead of dimensional power. If you don't have either of those, please do not worry, you can run the build even without them. Coming to my other modules, I am running an Iron Will mod. So when your shield becomes 0, you get more defense from it, as you saw in the Devour clip. My defense went to 155k. I was testing the mod called Auto Immunity as well. So the only difference I've observed is you take 300 more damage while running Auto Immunity compared to an Iron Will mod, but you get more HP heals when picking up the health packs. As I have 2-piece Bravery set which drops from Obstructor, I was getting only 500 heals more from the health pack, but if you do not have a Bravery components, you can run Auto Immunity instead to get more health back. As you can see, the Bravery set gives you HP recovery as well along with the max shield, but you don't have to run it if you don't have it. So the other skill modules involve skill expansion, which gives you range. I will show you the difference between with and without the expansion mod on how your barrier and bubble scale in the lab in a sec. Now we are in the lab. You can see the size of the barrier with the expansion mod, so the bosses can't even shoot you from the top. Now I'm gonna remove the expansion mod and show you the difference, so you can actually see how much difference does it make with and without the mod. See, it's not even close. So please run expansion mod, do not sleep on it. It will be useful for you and also your teammates. Now let's see the size of the bubble after the mod equipped. This will be really awesome if you are running with 3 Glade teammates or any other randoms who can damage the boss without getting in trouble. Let me show you the cooldown and duration of my barrier and bubble as well. I'm not running any nimble fingers as we don't need it. Instead we get enough cooldowns from focus on dimension and time distribution mods. So the duration on my barrier is 15 seconds, which comes from skill extension mod, and the cooldown is 11 seconds, which means once my barrier breaks, I have another one ready. Coming to the bubble, the duration is 25 seconds and the cooldown is 27.8 seconds, which is not that bad. I will show you the bonus Swamp Walker clip at the end and show how much difference does it make. As mentioned earlier, we get the cooldowns from focus on dimension and time distribution mods. The other mods are increased defense for defense, skill extension for skill duration to get our barriers and bubbles back, I'm running Ironclad defense here to take less damage, and this is my mobbing setup. I will show you my bossing setup in a bit and what mods I ran there and why I have catalysted Ironclad defense over here. The next mod I'm running is Iron Defense to get more defense and skill power, Stim Accelerant for more HP, and negative MP doesn't impact as much, time distribution for more cooldowns and HP, and increased HP for more HP again. So this is pretty much the mobbing setup I'm running. This is all you need to survive any hard dungeon content in the game or any open world hard content in the game. Now coming to the bossing, I swapped the element immunity mods as per the boss I fight. All of the mods use same catalyst symbol. If you do not have this, do not use the catalyst on this slot. Instead make it a flexible slot and use antibody mods instead. I have done all the hard bosses on my normal Ajax with antibody mods with no issues. So for this Ajax, I have catalysted it so to have more capacity. So that is the main reason I'm using Ironclad defense. If you do not like Ironclad defense, there is another mod called non-attribute symptom which gives you crit resist as well as some skill power. So those are pretty much the mods for Alt Ajax. So for my fellow F2P players who could not grind Alt Ajax yet and only have the normal Ajax, I have a zero catalyst version as well where I've done all the bosses, which I'll show you in a bit. Before that, lastly, reactors and components. I'm using non-attribute dimension with Thunder Cage mounting. I like to play with Thunder Cage more rather than Tamer, and the other components I'm running are all defense components. You do not need the bravery 2-piece set like I mentioned before. I'm only running them because they roll with good stats. You can run the normal ones too instead. So whatever you have, make sure you have all the defense components. Now coming to the budget Ajax version, you will still be tanky but not as much as Alt Ajax is. You still have 88k defense and 10k health as this is a zero catalyst version. So the only difference between the ultimate one and the normal one is you need to slot 2 in more catalysts and level him up twice more. We are running the same components, nimble fingers for cooldown and strong mentality for skill cost and HP amplification. You can run Stim Accelerant as well but do not upgrade it fully. So this is pretty much the mobbing setup. For bossing, I've removed strong mentality and nimble fingers as we don't need them. And like mentioned, if you do not have the immunity mods, run the antibody mods instead. They work well, but just play a bit more carefully. You can still do all the hard bosses in the game with this setup without any issues. So that is it for the budget version of the Ajax build for both mobbing and bossing. Let me quickly show you my Thunder Cage build as well. I won't go much in detail into this. This is a normal Thunder Cage build which usually like everybody uses. I just stack more into weak point damage. Some run edging shot for more crit, so it depends solely on your playstyle on how you want to play. So you can run weak point damage or crit hit rate up as per your playstyle. My weak point damage is at 75% due to have aiming. Some might be wondering why I have all 3 general round guns. Cause I only run 3 mods on them to get more ammo. Shout out to a fellow content creator Alpha Rod for the tip. So whenever I'm fighting bosses, I swap my guns to pick up the ammo. So if you upgrade the mods fully, you will almost have like 850 ammo in your Thunder Cage and never even run out of it. If you made it this far into the video, really appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1000 subs by end of the year. Please make it happen and share the video with your fellow Ajax mains and be a Giga Chat tank. Before I leave, haters might say I might be showing the clips from normal bosses. So here is a bonus uncut clip from the Swamp Walker. Please enjoy. This is Am Legend signing off.